Do you remember when we were at the Palace, the bar, and we came up with the idea for Bar Talk?
Yeah, it was a memorable night. Although I have no memory of what we actually talked about.
Yeah, actually I can't remember either. But I remember the sentiment. You know, I remember remarking on the fact that this was something really profound for me. And thinking about, or wondering whether there were other conversations at this bar that were as moving for the people in them.
Right.
We get tipsy, we get drunk, we have beers, we have conversations. We wake up the next morning, we go back to our lives, and you don't really think about what happened last night.
Yeah, it's lost to the night.
To the ether, the drunken ether. And something
how
about
many
that.
great ideas have just been lost to history?
But actually though, like how many dreams of like, let's come up with this company together, or like what about this conspiracy theory, or simply some raw honesty that I think recording those things, it's like we're getting to the essence of a friendship, of a relationship, of two people at a bar.
Yeah.
And making a collection out of that essence is very interesting to me.
Or even like create some kind of archive of every single conversation happening in that bar at that moment. And how does one go about that? And that's sort of like what we're doing now with this show. It's
right, and archive is a great word because I think right now, obviously in 2022, it's a unique point in time.
Yeah.
And if we create a collection of conversations, then even if Bar Talk fails tremendously, it becomes some sort of record.
Like a historical record.
Yeah, like you have your ear to the ground. What are the people talking about in this city at this time?
Because I think it's sort of like a 2-hour-long conversation with a friend. It's like a rare artifact. Like these conversations are not had that frequently. But when they do, they inevitably go somewhere unexpected and enriching, I think, and like that you run out of things to talk about. You get bored with your own thoughts, with the waking reality of your life, and then where do you go?
Right.
And I think that's like that comes from a very deep and sort of like ineffable place. It's very rare for one-on-one conversations to be given that half-life. And so I think inevitably they sort of break through to another kind of terrain. And that's when it really gets interesting.
Right. Yeah, half-life is a really good way of putting it. Because it's when I'm behind the camera, often I feel a little bit anxious on their behalf because I sense that they're slowing down or something, that they're getting tired. But by design, I don't interrupt. But it's precisely those moments where the half-life has expired, right? And they go in an unexpected direction. Like they realize that they've gone, like you said, through all these canned conversations. And then they're like, wait, but I actually really wanted to ask you this thing. Or maybe they come up with that question spontaneously. And then they end up conversing in a very fresh way.
Yeah. And I think that's what the show's about, in my mind.
Yeah.
It's about like what makes these conversations and nights special. And I think it's sort of this unadulterated honesty where like we put on all these fronts getting through our daily lives, and you sort of learn to live with the mask, and inevitably the mask comes off at a certain point.
Yeah.
And that's what makes good television.
I'm not sure, but we try.
I'm a butterfly, taking my time. I'm a skeleton.